What are you drinking, Pepto?
No,
Yes.
dude, this is a...
Looks like a Red Stripe bottle.
Oh, I thought you got
Coors
it at the medicine
Banquet.
show.
That's goddamn. That's the what is it? Rocky Mountain
Yeah, buddy.
something.
It's
I forgot what
it's
they used
the,
to call
uh,
that motherfucker.
I call them pony boys. What's it called? They call
Short necks.
Stubbies. The Stubbies.
Yeah.
Stubbies. Coors, the king of gay beer.
Yeah.
Them and Red Stripe, I think, are the only two beers that still do that.
Yeah, the Red
Yeah,
Stripes.
dude.
Why is it?
I love it. The
those?
shitty part is that you drink a lot more than you anticipate because you're like, oh, well, I'm out again. Got to go get
See
another
how
one.
that's the shitty part.
Right. Yeah. It's still a weekday after all.
This is the Five Dirty Bikers podcast, brought to you by Wild Ass Seats, keeping your rear in gear for the long haul. Join the Five Dirty Bikers on YouTube and chat with us on Discord. Visit fivedirtybikers.com to get your apparel and everything else. Now sit back, grab a drink, and let's get dirty as we dive into the world of bikes, keeping it raw and real. Here are the Five Dirty Bikers.
Well,
See,
here we are,
shitty
guys.
part
Hello,
involved in
everyone.
that.
How we feeling? How's life?
Well,
I see a wonderful face in the crowd today. Welcome back, Dustin.
Welcome back.
Dustin's a very special guest this evening.
well,
That's
it's a
it.
bummer of a podcast, really.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. We wanted
Stress
to bring
the
Dustin
special.
back. Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
Well, here's the deal. I mean, we got to tear the Band-Aid off, right?
I
Mhm.
guess so, man.
We brought Dustin in tonight because we are gonna just do a podcast episode where we're just gonna pay a little bit of a tribute to Dave and maybe reminisce a little bit, go down memory lane a touch, and just give our FDB farewell to Dave. I mean, I think that is an appropriate way to put a bookmark on the situation. I think everybody at this point knows that Dave passed a couple weeks ago, and I think it's only fitting that we do this. So here we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I agree. And I'm excited for one, because obviously I'm the new guy, right? And my first interaction with Dave really ever was meeting him at a random gas station at Buc-ee's in the middle of Georgia, where the ongoing stalking joke came about. But I'm excited to hear you guys talk about him more and
There he was, chewing on beaver nuggets.
yeah.
Eating
There
a
he
beaver
was.
right there in the parking lot.
Right there in
my-
the parking lot.
And in my peripheral was a man sipping Java.
He didn't know what the hell hit him. I flipped around, because then I didn't know him as Dave. Then it was Percy, right? So that's the only way that I knew him.
I called him Percy the whole time. I was like,
Yeah,
who the
so I'm
fuck
like-
is this Dave
And
fellow?
You would
that
think
you
he
all
would look
speak
at me
of.
like, because I'm like, Percy, you would think he would be like, oh, it's somebody that knows me from the show or my YouTube channel, right? But he gives me this look like, who the fuck is this? And I could see it, like, just through his helmet, like the squinty eyes. I'm like, oh shit, like he's caught off guard. And I just jumped out and started chatting with him. And that was my first interaction with him. So good.
Well, I guess I'm the old fucker on the podcast now. God damn it.
That's true. That's true.
Pulling up the elder fucking reign here.
You just load up on the Geritol before you come on.
That's it.
Fuck, dude.
Are we talking in physical age or feeling? Because I feel 76 years old
How,
right now.
how old are you?
Me, I'm 42. I'll be 42 in September.
Man, you're still good. You're not even working on Viagra yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
He's still
Yeah,
all natural.
Give it time. Yeah,
That's
that's
because
right.
Britus has a BlueChew subscription.
BlueChew.
You know, my friend gave me one of those, and I have not yet tried it. It's
I have
just sitting
some.
on the counter. Do you?
Yeah.
Does it work? Like, for real?
They'll call your tripod.
It'll get you where you want to go.
I'm going to give that a shot just for the hell of it. Just
I can
sit-
send you
but-
one.
But here's my... you should. But
Unless
here's my
it
worst
lasts
fear.
longer than 6 hours, then it's a problem.
I am your dealer.
Yeah. Well, we're in that stage of marriage where it's like, I will pop it and be like, yeah, something's going to happen. And then it's like, oh, yeah, no, I've got too much on, going on, the kids, the life, the work, and I'm just laying
Well,
there.
you got to clear all that first before you eat one of those. You're going to look. Here's the
Well, that's what I
situation.
mean. Like, how do you, what's the appropriate time to take it? Like, you got to
Well,
schedule out the
You got,
events.
you got about 45 minutes until the flagpole goes
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Here's the
you better-
situation. In 45 minutes, a cat won't be able to scratch this thing. So I'm going to be driving nails in 30 minutes. So we got to figure this out.
45 minutes. Man, but there's also a lot of time for kids to fuck something up in those 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
I think we gotta do is plan it and just put it on the calendar and schedule some time.
Schedule some time.
If you don't, you better just jump in the shower in the morning before work, because that might be your only opportunity.
Yeah, just
dude.
Love club time.
Love club. Put it on your calendar. Love club.
Put it on the calendar. Love club.
And don't spell it wrong so it doesn't say glove love.
Yeah. The
oh
beaver
my God.
bat.
I have so much anxiety around the BlueChews. So much anxiety based around BlueChews.
That's funny.
They're bitter as fuck to the taste, dude, but they work.
There you go.
He said,
all right.
fucking
You
be
got
a
some
kickstand.
Expert advice from you right there.
I know I might take you up on that, Dustin. I might have to get you to send me one and just I'll report back. I should do a live reporting on what's happening.
Nobody wants to know that. That's
well,
You're
it's
under the
been
covers.
25
keep
minutes.
to yourself.
You're under the covers with the flashlight on. It's like, we're 20 minutes in. I don't feel
20
anything
minutes
yet.
in.
Prentice, if you're gonna do it, make sure you also do a camera comparison. This is what it looks like on the DJI 4. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It'll be like that episode we had with Brady where he accidentally took the sleeping tea or whatever, the sleeping medication. We had to check on him every 20 minutes.
Right.
You still with us?
Yeah. Brady, you doing okay?
Yeah, that's going to be me every 20 minutes. Is it happening? No.
I don't think you're like, is it happening? You're like, Jesus Christ, what am I going to do with this thing? I'm walking with a limp here.
It's so
You're a
good.
member of the Chub Club.
I just got lightheaded.
That should be a t-shirt. I just got lightheaded.
Or heavy-headed, however you want to
Yeah,
put
one or the other.
There's blood flowing somewhere.
Face got flush.
We didn't make it 7 minutes before we start talking about erections.
Well, you know.
It's supposed to be a tribute episode to Dave, and we go straight into erections.
Well, it fits.
Just how he wanted it.
Steroids
he
for
would
your
have it.
wiener.
But no, did any of you guys know Dave before that first MMM, or was MMM the first
In person was the first
in person? Yeah.
time we met, yeah.
Yeah,
That was before he did the face reveal, wasn't it? He was still doing videos of
he did the face reveal at
blockhead
MMM.
style, yeah.
He was still wearing that mask.
Yep, yeah. I went back.
He had
actually.
a love affair with those ascots, man.
He did.
He liked those ascots. And we're
I
talking
went-
about the scarf.
Yeah, and that scarf. Yeah. I went back and looked on his channel. I scrolled actually all the way back to video number 1 just to see it, because Walter and I were like making comparison, and Walter was like, you were like 6 videos before me, and I said, yeah, I like subbed to Dave when he did his intro, so I would think I was like number 3 or something like that. So, and I started talking to him, pretty early on, so I had connected with him kind of over YouTube prior to MMM, but MMM was my first time meeting him in person too. So, yeah.
And unfortunately, we stuck him in a cabin with a very creepy individual.
Oh my God.
Creepy McCreeperson, man.
Dude,
tell me more.
I told him
Fucking
after that
weird.
weekend, I was like, dude, I should have let you sleep in my cabin. I had a whole cabin by myself.
Yeah.
He was in there with that weird dude that was sitting on the edge of the bed watching him sleep.
Yep.
And
Yep.
fucking Walter was out there in that goddamn Yucca, whatever he had,
Yeah.
hanging off the side of his bike with the wolves.
Yeah. So there was a guy that showed up at our very first meetup, Prentice, and he came on a sport bike. The only guy we've ever seen ride with us, and he had
He probably actually came on it.
he
Jesus.
he was completely shaved, bald, shaved. Like, guy looked like he looked like he had alopecia, but I think he just bicked his head.
He was just an odd dude.
But
Yeah.
he wore a complete road bike leather suit from neck to feet, the sport bike boots and everything. And when he took that thing off, it was like he poured the sweat out of it. It was and he would just he never said anything to anybody. He just sat on a trash can and drank a beer and watched people talk. And then he never engaged really with anybody. And then, he was actually in the same cabin as Dave, and Dave said he woke up one night because he had to take a leak, and this guy was just sitting on the edge of his bed, like watching the people sleep in his cabin. And Dave was like, I'm like, what'd you do? And he goes, I was in the military. I didn't pay that fucker any mind.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh
I was
my-
in another cabin looking out the window for that cocksucker.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's sketchy, man.
yeah.
I'm in here with goddamn the bear snoring, Ryan. Sound like Sasquatch.
Were you guys in the counselor building?
Uh-huh.
What would have been considered the counselor building?
No, well, yeah, because
Up on the
we
hill?
had a shower. We had a shower in our building.
That had a fucking portal in the floor.
Yeah, a portal to hell on the floor.
Yeah, right in the shower. I don't know
We should,
what
go,
it is.
we should go back there.
Looks like snakes are going to come out of that floor.
We
Yeah,
should
they're
go
like,
back,
you
we
get
should
in
go
the
back there and
shower,
stay
I
a
was-
weekend.
That was a hard no.
We could park up the road though, and I'll just truck everybody down.
Oh man, that road was the scariest thing I've ever been on in my life.
Yeah, it was lies and deceit, according to
Yeah.
everybody who watched my video. So, Prentice, I made a video like a month before we actually went on this thing and did this out in, it was along the Mississippi in a park called Pierre Marquette State Park. And we got some Boy Scout campground way in the back where there was no cell reception. Nobody could hear you scream. I mean, we were out in the
We
thick
were
of
deep.
in a big clearing.
In a valley, kind of.
Yeah, kind of a valley. And
Yeah.
you could actually see how far you descended down into this campground. It's like you gradually go down this hill.
Gradually,
probably
his
100 feet.
ass.
Yeah.
There's
Dustin's
nothing
video made it
gradual
look
about it.
gradually. It was like a 45.
Yeah, he makes this fucking video before we show up. That's like that fire festival promotion that looks so fucking great, and it turned
Yeah.
out to be hell. That's what it was. It was this fucking little dainty ride down this cliffside.
The road got washed out between the time that Dustin did his video and we went down there. There's ruts in there. There's like big boulders and
Twigs.
yeah, it was crazy. But we all made it. Everybody made it up and down every single time, and no one went off the edge. No one dumped their
No.
bikes. No one fell over. It was
I
But it-
actually videoed everybody coming down off that hill the second day. I still have the
Mhm.
video.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna
People just
see that.
white knuckling it, dude. They're coming down
Oh,
the
yeah.
mountain. They're just like, oh fuck.
yeah, yeah. It was nuts.
Well, guys, challenge accepted now.
Yeah, fuck, dude, you're good at that fucking Pan America. You
That's
fucking
yeah.
ride a
right.
wheelie up that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Let's
for
down,
sure.
go.
up and down.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited to do some fun shit.
because Percy had his,
Fat Bob,
he had the Fat Bob and
Bolter
Walter
and
was on
Heritage.
the Heritage. Yeah.
Yep.
They came together, right?
Yeah,
They did,
came
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And that was actually that was the first long trip that those two rode together, and that just started a lifelong friendship between those two. That long trip down to see you and back. After that, Dave and Walter just, I mean, they rode all over the country.
They
Together.
came here with, I think Dustin was here.
Mm.
Yeah, and
And
20.
That was in 20.
Yep.
Yeah, it was right at COVID, right? Kind of the backside of it.
Yep,
It was
because
like
we had
August.
to cancel our event that year.
Yeah, and they came down here. That was a good trip, man. I got a lot of footage from that one. I was still recording pretty heavy.
That the dick ride came out of that one, didn't it?
Yeah, man, the big dick.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about in Sturgis?
No. They went on a ride in Louisville down by Tony. Tony told the story about how the dick got on the road.
I don't know how the dick got on the road, but
I
somebody
laid down
spray
and
painted
they just
I
drew
thought
it.
I thought somebody did a thing where they were trying to get the city to repair all the potholes, so they went and sprayed a bunch of dicks on the road.
there was a big dick on the
That's
road.
brilliant if that's
Yes,
That's real.
Genius.
Yeah. So there was a giant dick painted on the road, and somebody was filming it with their GoPro, and it became known as the dick ride.
The dick
you hear
ride.
That's
Tony at the
funny.
top of his lungs. There's a dick in the road. And then I don't know who had the video, but it was paused, frozen frame, and you see it clear as day. It was glorious.
Yep.
I need
Yep.
to do that around the city here. That way they get shit done.
Just
Yeah,
start drawing
paint
dicks.
Just start painting
Put a
dicks
big
on the
veiny
road.
bastard right on there, man.
Yep. And maybe you could just make a little splotch around it to make it look like a nice squirt droppling right on the
Jesus Christ,
right
that
on the
escalated
hole.
quickly.
Yeah, dude. You should connect them all with that same premise.
Yep, Matt, I swear to you, you start spray painting dicks on the road, those potholes will get filled quick.
I can't wait to see what becomes of this.
They have the Tour Day Donut around here in the summer. It's where people ride their bikes for miles, and they actually go through a nearby town, and they have to follow these flags or whatever. Just paint dicks. Follow the dicks.
Follow the dicks. Instead of an arrow, just paint a dick on the road.
Yep.
You go this way.
Yeah, you just, instead of like having the fucking like curves in the road, you know, those arrows, just do a little trail right out of the dick. Just
Squirt left or squirt
a
right.
little squirt to the right. When you find the big one with the right-handed squirt on it.
Send your directions by a semen squirt.
Yeah.
My God.
Oh shit. Yeah.
No, that was a good trip. Percy came here quite a bit, actually. He came to Louisville a few times. Handful of times, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You went everywhere.
I seem to remember a trip too when we went down to scout out our Hogs and Frogs location, and we got a VRBO or Airbnb, whatever you want to call it, and it was going to be me and Dustin and Dave and Brittany and Jared, and myself and Nick all staying in this VRBO because Nick said he would ride down with me, and so Brittany found one that would accommodate all of us. So we get to this place, and it used to be this older gentleman's house with his wife, and she passed away. So he basically built himself a sleeping room in his garage, and he rented out his house as like a VRBO. But it was the creepiest. I mean, it was like one of those that you go in and it has like the old pictures on the wall from 1978 and like a deer head, and there was fucking cobwebs in the bathroom. And it was a creepy motherfucker. That house was weird. Super
pubes
weird.
In the shower.
Pubes in the shower.
Dave thought it was
Oh,
me.
it had the pube tumbleweed.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And it just so happened to be positioned between a tattoo shop, a Baptist church, and a porn store. We're all
that.
like, you know, like made a nice triangle around this place that we were living. And we all pulled in and we drove, Nick and I drove cars down because it was like in April or something like that. But Dustin and Dave rode their bikes in, and turns out that right when you pulled off of the main road, there was about a quarter mile of gravel. And every single time Dave went down that gravel on his bike, all you heard was a string of curse words.
It wasn't as bad as when we were on that fucking ride and I had the concrete dust. That was a fucking nightmare, man.
Oh my!
And I
Dave
remember
and I were
because Dave was in the
laughing.
back laughing so hard he couldn't even talk.
Well, there's a beauty of a video of that on Dave's channel.
There is. Tony was just so fucking pissed, and when we called it, we were like, Tony's gonna get this cement dust on his bike and he's gonna sell it, and that he sure did. He sold that bike within 2 months of that happening.
Had to go.
Really?
Well, when we
What
went up
video
the
was this
road,
from
it was
Dave's channel?
dry. And then when we were sitting there, that fucking truck went by and wetted it all down. And then when we left, I had this fucking 10-foot tall fucking rooster tail behind me that was
Wet
shooting
concrete.
Yeah, I was shooting it underneath my fenders and up my back and on my helmet. Them motherfuckers.
Tony was just he was yelling the whole time, "This motherfucker!" And he's going on. And we pulled into a gas station. He gets off his bike and he goes, "God damn it!" He's throwing rags on the ground. And we went from that gas station directly over to a U-Wash. He sprayed it down. He's like, "This bike will never be the same." He goes, "Never." He goes, "I'm gonna have to trade this fucker in." And like within 2 months, that bike was gone.
Had to go.
That story made me wish I would have come a day earlier because I was on my way at the time
Yeah.
from
Oh,
here.
yep.
That
Yeah.
bike weighed a good 5 pounds more after that with all that concrete
Jesus Christ.
that was underneath the fucking fenders and shit.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
But yeah.
When was this? I'm going back through videos. I need to see this.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't,
it's a good one.
yeah, it's a ways back.
I think
that would
Dave
have been
actually put it on one of his, didn't he?
Fall
It
of
was one
20.
his.
Yeah. fall
Yeah,
of
it was one of
no,
his
not
videos.
21.
Was it 21?
Yeah.
I thought it was 20.
No, it was 21 because it was the year after because 20 was the COVID year and 21 we did it in Louisville. And that's when it happened was the 21 FTBM.
Okay, I'm thinking it was the time that Dave, Walter, and myself met Tony in Louisville.
No,
that was in 20.
No,
that was
it
in
was
20, yeah.
after because we went
'Cause I
on the
was there.
dick ride
Yep.
again because that was going to be the ride for the fucking
FDBM. Yeah.
and we got halfway and they had the fucking road closed, and that's
Yeah,
when we hit
there
this fucking concrete nightmare.
Yeah, there was a road construction. And Tony takes us down into this fucking construction like gully, and there was all these cement trucks and gravel trucks. I'm like, Tony, where are we going? He goes, I don't have a fucking clue where we're going. And sure as shit, we had to turn around, and then this truck. It was all dusty when we went down there. And then this truck goes by spraying water on the road, and
right
then
in front
Tony,
of you guys.
yeah, right in front of us.
dude.
And Tony
It's in the video.
realizes that it's not dust on the road; it's fucking concrete dust. Oh fuck,
I
that
was
was
salty.
hilarious. Yeah, and Dave sold his Fat Bob because that's what he was riding, and
Yeah.
I still have my bike. I'm sure there's probably concrete in there somewhere.
No, it's in there. I fucking guarantee it because I took
Yeah.
my shit half apart and it was still in there. Shit
He
was
got down.
deep.
Tony got down to the frame and he was still finding concrete, and he's like,
Shit was
fuck it, I'm
deep.
just gonna sell it.
Yeah, I was like, this motherfucker's got to go. There's no recovery after that.
No, I think
Was that before or after he was in London?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Dude,
'Cause
this
he went
is
to
like,
Ace.
I don't know. This is weird
I'm gonna
because
just look at him through that time.
we used to talk about, and we're doing this with Dave's videos of one day that maybe our kids would watch our videos. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
now here we are with Dave. It sucks, but
Yeah.
you know we have all these videos though that we can watch. And
Yeah. And I know
Years worth.
his kids are doing that, and his grandkids are doing that.
Yeah.
That's been helping them along on their journey. And I do know that his one son, who he called PJ, Josh, he called him PJ for Percy Jr. He's actually intending on trying to upload the remaining footage of his dad's Love and Gratitude tour, and he wants to try to put that stuff out there. I don't hold him to it and don't put a time frame on it, but if you
Yeah.
see videos being posted on Dave's channel, it's from his son that really wants to do something with that footage. So he's been posting on social media, on Facebook specifically. He doesn't do Instagram, but he's picking up where his dad left off. And in case any of you guys are wondering, I did find this out too, is PJ will be he'll be taking his dad's bike. So his dad's bike's not going to be sold. It's not going to go to a dealership and disappear off the face of the earth. It's going to go to his son. And his son intends on riding it to Sturgis at some point. And he also kind of knows what Dave had remaining of his Love and Gratitude tour. And it sounds like he wants to try to finish that for his dad too, because Dave didn't quite finish it. So that I hear at least that's some of his plans that he would like to do. So, but I think he's a few years away from that. He's got 2 young kids at home, so I would say it's going to be in his future, but not in his very super near future.
That's cool to hear.
it's crazy. I'm looking through some of these videos. Dave had a lot of videos, dude.
Yeah.
I remember fondly, like it was yesterday. It was during that trip when we went down to scout for the Uranus meetup. And like you said, me and Dave were the two that rode. We met on 64, and I believe, I don't know if we met you guys there or if it was along the way or how it worked out, because you guys were coming from, Ryan, you were coming from the north.
Yep.
So you wouldn't have met us there.
Nope.
But anyway, me and Dave, we got a little over halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way. We're like, let's take 66 the rest of the way. We've been on the interstate. It was pretty cold that day. It was in the 30s. And we're like, we got time. Let's just take it easy. Let's take 66. Let's just, see if there's any roadside shit we could see along the way or whatnot. Little did we know, in Missouri, 66 likes to zigzag across the interstate over overpasses. And there's signs, not clearly posted, but posted, that say to turn to stay on 66.
Okay.
We did this a time or two before. But one time we didn't. We went straight instead of turning left, and we thought we were headed where we're supposed to be going. And we got up to about 50 miles an hour, and we hit this gnarly curve, this gnarly turn. I was like, this is going to be fun. Well, we hit the turn, and as soon as that curve straightened out, the road stopped. And there was about a 2-foot drop and rocks about the size of not ping pong balls, but softballs everywhere. Nothing but a 4x4 truck or a Jeep was getting down there.
Oh, shit.
So me and Dave are on comms, of course, and I'm yelling at him, Dave, stop. The road's gone. The road disappeared. So we had to turn our asses around, and he had that big ass bike. And that was a sight to see him turn that around. We were just hoping nobody was coming around that curve either.
Right.
But we got righted back around, took the right way. I think we got back on the interstate after that. But that was a memory that I'll always remember. That was funny and could have been disastrous at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because we all have, I think we all have individual memories with him, including, group memories too, of times that we've ridden with him solo, ridden with him in groups. Yeah. So that it's a weird situation. I was very fortunate to be able to go down, to his celebration of life. So, Dave's family had a, I'll call it a private funeral, for him. And then they did a celebration of life for all of Dave's kind of friends and whatever. And we put it out there on Discord for those of you that are a part of Discord. And we got, we got a good contingent of guys to go down. It's been posted on social media, but Mark and John and John's wife, Katrina, and Lee, Ricky Mercado, he actually came down but couldn't. So Ricky, he couldn't ride his bike because the service place that he was working with put his tires on backwards, so he couldn't ride his bike. Walter and I, Jay Tomes came down. Yeah, I have to look because I really don't want to miss anybody because I want to make sure that everybody remembers and hears who all was there, because it was really important.
It was a big crew, man.
Walter, Mark, Lee, myself, Jay Tomes, Ricky, Katrina, John Doe, and Matt. That's right. Matt came out too. And we all kind of rode in together. We got separated actually by, terrible Baltimore drivers, Maryland drivers. I shouldn't say Baltimore, but Maryland drivers. So we got separated a little bit for a minute, and we all got caught up. So we were able to kind of roll in together, which was really kind of a cool experience because Dave's family came outside because obviously they heard all the bikes rolling in, and they knew that, and they had actually roped off a section of the parking lot. So we kind of had our own spot to pull all the bikes up. They had put, chairs outside as this is going to be, and put signs up on the chairs that said motorcycle parking only. And it was really cool because we got up there and his family kind of came out and moved the chairs, and we all rolled in and parked up, and everybody, everybody knew who we were. And I have to say this, and this is, I don't know, you can take it as sounding arrogant or whatever you want. I at this point, I really don't give a shit how you take it. But everybody in that room knew who the Five Dirty Bikers were. Dave, they had like a tribute table. It had some of his poker chips and some of his motorcycle stuff and stickers and whatever. And then right on the corner of the table, there was a stack of Five Dirty Biker stickers, for people to take as momentums. And I can't tell you how many people came up and said, Dave really loved you guys. He talked so fondly about the podcast and everybody on the podcast. Everybody in that room knew who we were and knew how important this podcast was to him and what a big part of his life it was. And not only motorcycling, but this podcast and the people that were involved with Dave on this podcast played a very important role in this last, kind of segment of Dave's life. And I was really taken off guard by how many people just came up and talked to me and told me how important that was to him and how important we all were to him. I knew it was important, but I hadn't realized that everybody that he encountered in his family and his circle of friends and everybody knew who we were. And I was humbled and honored to have an opportunity to speak about Dave. And at that event, there was about 5 people that spoke, and I had an opportunity to do so, and was able to bring a little levity and make some people laugh and make some people cry, and it was good. It was like I said, I was honored to be able to have that opportunity to speak on behalf of all of us that were there and all of us that couldn't be there. So it was a fitting way. Dave, I learned a lot about him that I didn't even know how multifaceted he was, because they had all of these separate, like, they were almost like little stations that you could go to. There was one that had his army stuff. There was one that had his photography. There was one that had his music and his guitars and part of that. There was one that had was like a big map, and they had pins, and they were like stick some pins in this map of places you've been with Dave or places Dave has been. And Walter was standing in front of that thing for like 10 minutes, like sticking pins in this map. They were like, well, I know they missed this one and they missed this one and they missed this one. And I stuck one in the Sturgis location for
Did you stick a big one in Uranus?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I did actually mention Uranus because you
shouldn't talk about my Uranus when I'm not around.
They did. I actually use that as a joke. I said, I guess Uranus was like a good prep for what Dave had coming to him. And, it was because I said we had 9 months of Uranus jokes. And so I said that was
9 months. Shit, dude, that lasted for years.
Yeah. I said that was a good prep for what David had coming to him. So, but yeah, it was good. I was very glad that I was able to have the opportunity to be there and kind of do what I needed to do and say my final goodbyes. I know that. Go ahead, Tony.
I was just saying it's just really surreal because when you spend, even though we weren't there physically with Dave, we spoke to him every day and saw him once a week for recording for years. And it's just really weird. I don't know, especially with like the videos and stuff. I'm just having a hard time with, I keep thinking that it's not final,
not real. Right.
Yeah. It's not real. I guess it just hasn't really set in yet, but it's just hard because it is somebody we dealt with on a daily and weekly basis for years, man. And to just be gone, it sucks. And I think the big part that we just weren't prepared for it. We just didn't see it coming. When I've lost people and usually you have time to come to terms with it before it happens, but this just came so far out of the blue that it was just a shock.
Yeah. I mean, I have a voice message on my phone that I've listened to a couple of times, and it was 12 hours before Dave passed.
Yeah. I mean, I have a text message, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't any, he wasn't speaking as if he had hours left to live. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
he was like apologizing for not, updating us. And he said, I hope to talk to you again real soon in person, that kind of stuff. And so it was all the things you would expect somebody who was looking forward and not looking back. Right. But that's what I came away from his celebration of life really feeling, right, was this idea that Dave spent a lot of his time in his life like looking forward. He didn't really, he tried not to look back. He really, in his later life, really tried to not live a life of regret, right? He tried to do as many things as he could and fill his time with the people that he cared the most about. And I guess that was that seeing all these people in this room that had come from all different lives, all different walks of life, right? I mean, even federal employees and people that were working in the Pentagon that were had secrets that they couldn't tell, and that whole side of Dave's life too. So, just super interesting to hear the stories and hear his army buddies talk about him. And there was 3 or 4 of those guys there too, and that was really interesting too, because it gave you that attachment to his younger self. That was something we didn't have. We didn't know Dave then. So
yeah, I don't know. He was a real outgoing person too. I mean, he really never knew a stranger. He would talk to anybody and everybody whenever we were out. And it blew me away because I'm just the opposite. You know, I'd rather hit myself in the dick with a hammer than talk to people I don't know. You know what I mean? Look at all those strangers. I'm not going over there. You know what I mean? But he did. He went. He talked to everybody. I mean, whenever we had the meetups or we were just out for a ride, he was just a all around good dude, man. I don't have much, you know. And I know people say that shit when people pass away. Oh, they were great. This and that. Nobody wants to say anything bad, but Dave was a good dude, man.
Yeah, it was.
You know, now granted, we all had our differences at times because we did spend so much time. You know what I mean? But overall,
for sure.
Yeah, solid dude, solid. It sucks. He's going to be missed on the around or just, you know, because I used to call him random too. I mean, he's just going to be missed. I mean, it is what it is. It sucks, but I don't know. It's a bummer, man. It's a fucking bummer.
Yeah, I just, excuse me. I just kind of started, you know, had to reflect about what would Dave do if he was in this position and it was one of us. And I like to think that I'm going to try to, I'm going to try to do what I think he might have done in that case, just in terms of, you know, making sure that, that I don't get locked up in some sort of a funk and continue to do the things that I was going to do before and, you know, live the best that I can, you know, because he would have done the same thing, right?
Yeah,
he would have made the most of his time with his friends and his family. And, you know, we all say that, but I think these types of situations give you that moment of reflection, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like we get more of these moments the older you get. You know what I mean? It sucks.
Yeah. That was a weird thing too. And I don't know if you guys did this, but I certainly had this conversation with my wife, and I said, you know, I get that we're reaching that age where our parents are aging and you kind of start to go through that. But I said, I didn't realize I was at the point in time when, you know, you start to lose friends. That's a weird feeling.
Yeah, it's odd. But yeah, I don't know. I'm out of stuff to say. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, his videos are there. It's a weird thing, and I remember we talked about that because I said that at one point in time, right? That you know, your YouTube channel can be like a video diary, right? And all of a sudden, like now we're seeing it in action.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I went back and watched a little bit of a couple of them, and it's this weird video diary that now exists of your time. And I don't know, maybe I'm gonna start putting out some videos again here, and maybe it's going to change the way I do my videos. I
Please
don't
know. Don't do that.
don't change the way I do videos, or don't put them out.
Don't put it anymore.
Good.
I'm gonna
tried.
go watch the cement dust video.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I
that's
just sent
what-
it to
Immediately
Prentice.
after this.
Yeah, I have it now. Immediately after, I'm going to go watch it too. It's funny because like it's something, and I admire all of you guys for doing this, you know, because it's something that like I've kind of always wanted to do, but have never even considered in a way that would be successful or entertaining, to say the least. But like all of the content that you guys put out, like the vlogging stuff, I mean, you all kind of have your own thing going on, but I never did anything like, everything I make is like those 15-second shorts, you know,
Yeah.
like that's all I've kind of got in me, but it'd be fun to try something, you know.
It's a lot of work, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
that's
the
how
thing.
we
I don't
all
need
got
any more
together,
work.
really, was from our YouTube channels, because we all had individual YouTube channels, and that's how
Mhm.
it kind of all
On
started.
the same bike, basically.
Yeah, we are all on the same bike at the time because everybody starts with the Sportster, and if you don't, fuck you.
Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, it's cool. Like, I go back and watch them all, but yeah, it's looking at it in this light. Like, it definitely, you know, it's sometimes it's not even that you have much to say. It's just like, hey, here's the shit that I'm looking at right now, and maybe you're sitting in Kansas and you want to look at it too. You know,
Yep.
got to
Mm.
take that into consideration, because I just went through a whole.
I've been to Kansas.
Dude, I drove
Yeah,
through
right.
Kansas, and that
Yeah.
fucking place is a
Yeah.
chocolate starfish, man.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the people that live in Kansas are like, I mean, here I am in Daytona, and I live in like one of the most wonderful places where you can ride all year. And like January, I'm sure there's people that are sitting in Kansas like, fuck, this is awesome. I need some videos and something to watch. So
Well,
maybe
people that
now
say
that I
there's
have the
no
Pan America,
land
I'll do
available.
something.
There's no more land. Go to Kansas. It's all
Yeah,
right there.
There you go. Yeah. I do think that you know, and maybe it's going to be this way, you know, I think there's going to be a whole generation, or there'll be a whole generation of kids and grandkids that are going to have an opportunity to go back and look at their parents in a completely different light, right? People that make content and were video creators and put that information out there, you know, unless YouTube completely just implodes and goes away, it's going to live on, right? And Dave's grandkids and great-grandkids or whatever are going to be able to go and look and see this stuff, as are any of us that leave our channels active and our videos up. You know, we're going to have that opportunity for people to go back and, can you imagine, Tony, your grandkids going and looking at your
shit? It'd be
shit?
like watching Charlie Chaplin. You know what I mean? Fucking black and white, you know, silent shit. I mean, and that's probably what it'll be in 50 or 60 years.
I can't wait
Everything
till
will be AI generated by then, right?
Yeah. I mean, I go back and watch movies from like the 80s and 90s, and you're like, fuck, that looks old. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, some movies like age really well. You can go back and watch them, and they're pretty good. I went back and watched that movie Rad, and that movie is a piece
it was
of
awful
shit.
Then.
It is a piece of shit movie, and it has such a huge cult following, but it is awful. It is a terrible movie. Terrible acting.
I know that every
stunts.
once in a while, my wife listens to this podcast, and I will say, Lisa, I am not encouraging or condoning this entire part of this conversation. We love that movie. We named our son Jones because of that movie.
Because of the movie Rad?
Yeah. No,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
Jones is a family name, but it was part of it. My wife loves Crew Jones. Loves him.
Oh my God. I just think the movie, I mean, like, it's weird because when you watch like little snippets of it,
Yeah.
there's like the part when he's riding his bike with the cop going through the lumberyard,
Oh, yeah.
like that part of the movie's cool. But the dance scene on the bikes is fucking awful.
Dude,
it's
iconic.
So awful. It's so awful, dude. It's so awful.
That's like Josh Brolin going back and saying like one of his worst fucking decisions was ever making the movie Thrashing. Like, dude, that was a fucking rad movie, dude.
That movie
it
was
sucks,
That
but it's
fucking
rad,
movie was
you know?
awful.
Yeah,
What
they're
about-
awful movies, but they're so cool.
What about Gleaming the Cube? Did you guys watch that one? Do you remember
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
one? with
dude, those
Kristen
are all
Slater?
skate movies.
Yeah.
I watched all
It's on
those
Prime
fucking
right now, actually. I just saw it tonight.
Terrible.
I
Gleaming the
passed
Cube
through it
is?
tonight. Yeah.
Terrible
Yeah.
movie.
Because the funny thing is about Gleaming the Cube is half of the skaters from back in the day, like Tony Hawk is driving the red Pizza Hut truck in Gleaming the Cube. Like all those guys are in that movie.
Dude, they were all doing that. Remember Police Academy? And one of the Police Academies, the opening scene was them skateboarding. It was all like Tony Hawk and Christian Caballero and all those guys. Yeah, it's cool. It's funny now looking back on it then. It's like we were watching Bill and Ted before we came on tonight. We were watching Bill and Ted at dinner, and I'm like, this is like state-of-the-art fucking graphics for 1988. Like, this is good stuff.
Go back and watch Fridays. They're back on Netflix.
Oh, dude, yeah.
We've been binge watching them. Dude,
They're
those
so
are the
good.
funniest fucking movies I've
They're
ever
so
seen.
Friday,
good.
like the one with
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
All
Yeah,
of them.
Friday
Yeah.
and next Friday. The
Yeah.
second
And
one.
Friday after
Friday
next.
after next.
Yeah.
The Christmas one, I think. Well,
Yeah, dude.
you can't beat the first one because Chris Tucker, but the other two, I think Mike Epps
Oh,
held
dude,
up.
he's so good.
Mike
held up
Epps
for
was
this.
fucking strong in that first one. They
Yeah.
first go to Uncle Elroy's house.
Oh, my God,
I'm the
dude.
king up in this bitch.
Twinkie got a
God.
cupcake coming out next month. It's a bad motherfucker.
That's
is so
before Chris
good.
Tucker like big dicked Hollywood and thought he was the king shit on Turd Mountain.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
in movies
man.
with Jackie Chan and just said
Yeah,
fuck
yeah, he
everybody
did.
else.
He did the Rush
Yeah.
Hour movies, and then he was like, "I want 17 million a movie," and they were like, "Fuck you, Chris Tucker."
Yeah, we'll go
Well,
make next
I
Friday
almost
without you.
pissed my pants. When
Dude,
that girl
yeah,
was
so
scratching his
good.
key in his car.
Oh, my God.
Why y'all sit there and let the fat bitch do
Yeah.
that?
What's she doing? Writing on it? She's scratching the shit out of it. God damn.
Uncle Elroy's a gem.
Yes, he is.
Got no pools in the projects.
Oh,
You got
well,
a fatal
Jesus,
attraction
condom.
on your hands, boy.
Had one or two
Did you
Monday.
Did you say they're all on Netflix again?
Yeah, they're
Gotta
on
go watch
Netflix,
Friday.
dude.
Yeah, it's time. It's time to go back.
They're fucking
I can't
great,
wait till
man.
we talk about our grandkids watching shit like like us with these movies. It's gonna be our grandkids watching our shit on YouTube. I can't fucking wait till my great grandkids get on here and hear me talking about BlueChews and morning erections. That'll
Well,
be a
you know,
Well, remember, when you're ready, you call me. Chew it and do it.
That's it. The BlueChew.
That's not just a sample pack; that's a
No.
subscription.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
that's on a weekly weekly delivery.
Grandpa, what's a boner?
Yeah, discreet packaging so your neighbors don't know what's up.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
my
eating them motherfuckers
God,
like
dude.
gummy bears. Just
The good
Have real fatal attraction on your hands.
the good thing for you, Prentice, is that you won't have to explain it. It'll be your kids coming to you being like, Dad, you really did this shit, and now my kids are coming to talk to me about it. Guess who gets to explain to what a boner is? It's you.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
it-
And they're gonna be like, and you never let me listen to this because I told you I called them a couple times where I'm hearing it in the background. I'm like, no, turn it off. You don't get to hear this. Not
no,
yet.
you just wait till you're 80 and you're on them, and you're like, I'm dealing with a tuning fork here. You ever heard of low E?
Yep. My
Sitting here with a nice towel rack.
Yeah, you can tune your guitar to this thing. Hang on.
I know what my daughters are gonna do. They're gonna bring over their kid for, they're gonna be like, Mom, can you, they're gonna call my wife and be like, Mom, can you take care of the grandkids? And we're gonna be like, yeah. And they're gonna drop them off, and my daughters are gonna be like, don't let Dad say fuck a lot, please. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah. They know better than that already. They don't even try that shit.
You can't bring the kids over tonight. Granddad's on the BlueChews.
Yeah.
Don't put 'em on my lap.
He doesn't know exactly when the 45-minute window
Yeah.
starts. He
It's a
forgot
little
when he took
delayed
it.
reaction these days,
Yeah.
but it's going to happen.
Granddad's on the Bluechews, and Grandma took out her dentures.
Yeah.
Don't come over.
Oh, Lord. The old Georgia gum sliders coming in hot.
Yeah, buddy.
Ditches out, game on.
Game out.
God.
Brendan's is like, oh.
I can see the future now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, kids. I
Steroids
wasn't
for your
always
wiener.
this way.
Don't be shy. Take those dentures out. Just don't look me in the eye.
One eye.
The one eye.
Wasn't that what movie was that from where she took, was it? Oh, it was Yes Man, Jim Carrey, where he went to help his neighbor, Tilly, and she took her dentures out to thank him. And he's like, no, you don't have to do that. And he
He got the
grabs
gum
onto
slider.
he grabs onto
The old Georgia gum
Oh my
slider.
God. And then the dude, what's his face? Like they were at the bar and she's like, do you want to help me out? And he's like, yes, I do. And starts taking shots and they leave together. God, good times.
Good stuff. Well, all right.
I see you still got the Gilligan picture
Yeah.
all glorious and behind you. Still looks like he's looking for some BlueChew.
He is.
That's right.
He's looking for the skipper is what he's looking for.
That's right.
Hey,
Tony's
Skip.
favorite picture.
He's looking for Mary Ann.
Well,
I haven't
he's
had
actually
any.
looking for Pee Wee Herman over there, I think is what he's looking for.
Oh, yeah.
It's a match.
There he goes.
Hell. What is
Yeah,
that
dude.
next? Is that the Wolfman?
No, that's that's Gilman.
Gil.
Oh yeah, no, that is Wolfman. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's Wolfman. Sorry, you can't. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see that
Okay.
motherfucker.
I just see a straight up and down, so I don't really know what you see.
The Gilligan's strong though. I mean, he's just searching for dick.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's good.
He's on the.
I haven't-
Where's the skipper
I haven't
at?
added anything. I haven't added anything.
The
to my
SS
room.
Wiener's coming to save you.
Yeah, the SS Minnow.
The only thing
Where's
I have
the
is my
skipper?
stock. I have a stock 107 camshaft. That's it.
I
That's
need
the only
him to
thing I've-
board
I've
the
added.
SS Minnow.
Speaking of wiener, you
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
you and everybody in Five Dirty Biker podcast land would be happy to know that I'm reporting that I saw not one, but two Wienermobiles at the Baymont in Litchfield, Illinois.
You did not. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
Yes, there were two of them right next to
That
each other.
fucking thing's
touching
a
tips.
unicorn.
Mm.
I didn't know that two existed.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just thought there was one,
I did too.
but there were
Maybe
two of
one's
them right next to
handing
each
it off,
other.
handing the torch off.
Where they tip the tip?
Man, wouldn't that have been great if we would have had the Wienermobile at the Uranus meetup?
The Wiener. Man, I haven't seen that Wienermobile. I mean, goddamn. That thing has to be 50 years old.
I
40
almost
years
stopped
old.
in to see if they were handing out weenie whistles.
No,
the
I got a weenie whistle.
whistles. No way.
I got a weenie whistle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I got to. Okay. Yeah. It's very different depending on the way you
It's
say
a
that.
weenie whistle. And
Pretty
you
say,
play
"Oh,
probably
the
I
sounds
got a
like
weenie
that
whistle."
flute candy. Remember that flute
Yeah.
candy we had? We were kids that had the little straw you popped out of it
Yeah.
and made the noise.
Oh my God.
You can hum 12 bars of the Slobber Blues on it.
Oh God. Good God, Tony. Tony has two different. See, there's two very different ways. Like, oh, I got a weenie whistle. Like, oh, I got one when I was a kid. Or I got a weenie whistle.
I
Like,
got
you
your
said
weenie
it
whistle.
both ways. You threw me for a loop.
Have I got a weenie
Weenie
whistle
whistle
for you?
It's a damn good thing you're not a predator, because I would have walked right in that room. Oh, you got a weenie whistle?
You got a
Sweet.
weenie whistle?
I haven't seen one of those.
Well, that
Not since
doesn't
the-
say
not since
Oscar
the,
Mayer on it.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh no. Jesus.
Oh, that's wrong.
That is.
It really is. But who cares anymore? Anyway, like, click, subscribe. What do they say? What's the YouTuber say? Click, subscribe, smash that subscribe button.
I don't think we have a subscriber.
Probably not. Go out and tell your friends.
Yeah, I'm starting one today, right now.
I want to see everybody with short videos of them blowing their weenie whistle.
Everybody post on Discord blowing your weenie whistle.
Blowing your weenie whistle.
Yeah.
We might have to make a special.
No dick pics, please.
Oh God, yeah, I don't want to see that. No anteaters. We don't want to see an
unless you've
anteater
taken
on.
BlueChews, because I want some comparison. I got to see what I'm up against.
Before and after BlueChew pics.
Yeah. I got to see what I'm up against. Like, oh shit, that'll never work.
Get those things mixed up with the fucking THC gummies, and you're in trouble.
Oh my God,
I got
dude.
some of those too, Prentice. I could send those.
Hell yeah, dude.
Goddamn, Dustin's a gummy man, dude.
Dustin's got the uppers and the downers.
Yeah.
Call me Smokey.
I'm saying, dude, you're a one-man shady pharmacy. I love it.
Hey, come to Illinois, dude. We got it all.
Yeah, we have. Well, I have my card down.
If we don't
here,
have it,
but
we'll grow it.
Hell yeah, I like that. Hey, is it still cold up there?
No,
everywhere?
dude, it was 72 today. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
here.
it was 75
All right,
here
sweet.
today. It was great. That was the reason I was late.
Been
I was
riding to
like,
work.
Very
Out and
nice.
about.
It's actually been cold here, because we just had. I know this is kind of time agnostic, but we just had bike week here, and it was a good time. It was cold. It was very cold.
What?
And-
No, hold on. Define fucking cold
okay.
in Florida terms.
This
What
I will
was it,
tell you.
50?
Let me define. No, yes, let me define cold for you.
Yes,
So
it
we-
was
we
50.
We had a meetup one night, and these guys rode down from Detroit. So they're there from Detroit, and obviously I do some work in Detroit, so I know what it's like up there too. And I tell them it's like 52 degrees, and it's starting to get later and later and later, and it gets cool. And they're like, "Fuck, man!" I'm like, "I told you, motherfuckers." I said, "No, watch, look at your watch right now. What's it say? 52 degrees." We look at it; it's like 52 or 54 degrees, and they're like, "Okay, it's different down here. 54 down here is completely different. It's weird. You're just not used to it. You either don't expect it, or it's like
54.
the ocean wind, or I'm telling you, it's different down here." But yeah, it was cool for bike week. Like you come to bike week to escape the cold, and
52
then
is not cold.
well, it's cold at night when there's no sun.
Well, I guess you can just put it right on the calendar then, because I guess that means that BlueChew is just going to hit you differently in Florida.
That's right. Yeah, I got a lot. I got environmental factors working against me.
52.
Yeah, but it was a good time. Bike week was fun. Recap. I didn't film not a single thing, and I
Well, good.
actually had so much going on that I did not. And Craig, I know you're listening from Wild Ass Seats. I apologize. I did not get a chance to get over and see him.
Ooh.
Fucking just
I know.
major
It was-
slacker, man.
But there was a shit ton of people here, and from what I saw in his stories, it looked like he was busy. I know he was in the same spot, and I just could not get over to him. So I apologize.
Doctor
for
of
that.
assology himself.
it's a
Yep.
assologist.
But I'll be using my new Wild Ass on my Pan America, so I'm excited to see how that works, because the Pan America, the stock seat is very, very comfortable. Like and it has like the different settings. Like I didn't know that at first when I test rode it. I was in like the tall setting, and I'm only 5'7", so like I would come to a stop and roll forward, and my balls would just squish up against the front of the.
That's
and
unfortunate.
I was like, dude, I don't think this is gonna work. And then I call my friend and talk to him about it, and he's like, dude, there's literally a setting on the seat that you can drop the back end, and it levels it out a little bit. I'm like, oh, so I did that. It worked. I'm good. But I'm gonna go on a long trip, and if not, actually, I will ride up north in September if my wife and kids don't come along. If they come along, I'm in a trailer. But if they don't, I'm riding on the Pan America.
Did Harley Davidson have a tent there or anything? Did you see one of the RRs, the new ones?
Yeah, I saw the RR,
God
and
damn.
actually, so we got. This is why I had so much going on. We actually got VIP passes to the races on Saturday, so we were there all day, and they had an RR there, and Keanu Reeves was actually there, and he was riding it. because Keanu Reeves'
John Wick.
brand had a. Yeah, he was, dude. He was there riding the RR. Which is funny though, because he was riding the RR, but he didn't have his helmet on him. He was just there for the races, but they gave him like a half shell helmet, so he's riding this RR around, and it's just in like this half shell helmet. It's like so perfect for Bike Week. You know what I mean? Like so perfect. You got this $110,000 performance bagger, and
so
John Wick riding it in a half shell helmet.
Let's just tip on this for a minute. What's your all's take on a $110,000 motorcycle?
Man, fuck! I will say it. Fuck that bike.
Agreed.
I have 150 horsepower bike right now.
Or aren't they only making 131 of them?
They're making 130.
they are.
I'll be lucky if I ever see one.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guarantee you. Here's the play, and I'm just thinking strictly corporate world here. Here's the play. All 131 of those are spoken for dealer principals right now, and they're going to display them, and the guy's going to come in and say that he wants one, and they're going to sell them on a CVOST and upfit it with accessories that can get you pretty damn close to the RR if you look at it this way for this much less. But they're still getting $60,000, $70,000 CVOSTs out the door. You know, like it's just. I feel like it's just.
I think it's a brilliant concept. I just think.
Oh Jesus!
I just think it's fucking 110 grand, dude. I mean, that's a fucking chunk of change for a motorcycle.
I think they're all spoken for. Every single one.
Yeah,
of them
these things will
already
end up
spoken
in
for.
boardrooms and
Yeah.
fucking. It'll be
Yeah.
like an OCC chopper, you know, when they were building those fucking, you know, Sprite
Mhm.
bikes and whatever, you know, for companies. That's where those things will end up.
Yeah, which is funny you
They'll
mention
end
that
up in
because
collector's hands. Yeah.
a very wise man told me over Bike Week. Once a trend hits six figures, put a fork in it. It's done. Let's see, like the choppers, Orange County choppers. You know, now the performance bagger scene. He's like, once a trend hits six figures, it's done. On to the next thing.
I mean, it's a
I
bad
wonder what the next thing will
motherfucker.
I'm here
I'll
to
say
tell you,
that-
I think Harley is a bunch of arrogant motherfuckers to put out a $110,000 motorcycle and think that they know their customers at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think that is so fucking arrogant, and it's a load of shit.
Well, did you watch the video? They said they made it because they can.
Yeah.
Is that not the most arrogant
Well, I
line
mean, but
ever?
the
It
thing
is so
is,
bad.
it is a fucking legit race bike. It's not a fucking a feely feel of a race bike. It's the actual fucking race bike that's street legal.
But every one of them, if they did sell it to the public, 131 people that bought this fucking thing would never even ride it to its capability.
Well,
they can't
no.
even ride what they have to the
No,
capability.
but
of
I
it.
mean, I think one of those things though, really, if you do, you know, if you had the opportunity to get one at 110, you don't ride it. You put it in your living room or something and make a profit on it, because that one will keep its value.
It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a very strange play for sure.
It's not a everyday bike, man. It's a super bike. You know, it's like somebody
Yeah.
that owns a fucking Lamborghini. They don't drive those motherfuckers every day. You know what I mean?
There was a guy. There were a bunch of guys. Speaking of which, Lamborghinis. There was a bunch of guys from South Florida that came up to the Ocala National Forest. Like they're big money, like off-roading. They've got like full King suspension. $10,000 worth of suspension to do these. Whoop-de-whoops on in Ford Raptors. This dude did it in a fucking Lamborghini. I'll have to send you the video. He's mobbing through Ocala National Forest in a Lamborghini.
Well, good.
All-wheel
for him.
drive. I'm like, God bless. But that's the kind of people that do these things, right? And like Dustin said, like, you really don't have a play with Harley saying Harley doesn't have a play with saying like we did it because we could, because Dodge was putting Hellcats engines in fucking everything, and they were still less than $70,000.
That's what I mean,
know,
dude.
like,
The
because they
110
could, right?
supercar money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, well, whatever.
I don't know.
I mean,
We'll-
I'll never have one.
we'll-
It was
We'll talk about
cool-looking
this at a
bike.
future date. It's fucking
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, we could do a whole thing on this, but.
Yeah.
You
I'm
should.
excited to get into some adventuring now. I'm all adventure moto now, guys.
Well,
Sorry.
get you some BlueChews. See what pans out.
Oh gosh.
You never know.
Take one and start driving and mark the exact
you
mile
never
marker
know,
when it
man.
pops up.
Now you guys have to call BlueChew and ask
Yeah.
for a sponsorship.
I'm saying
We've
it
heard
happened.
these BlueChews.
But we
Yeah.
have to get really creative in our product placement for sure. Little nude suit coming out.
Do not put that thing on.
The noodler is coming back.
Do not put the noodler out there.
The noodler returns. Oh, he's coming. He's coming.
That's what we heard about. We heard that about the Noodler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Noodler comes.
You need to do shorts. Noodler shorts.
Dude. That should just honestly that should be my YouTube. No, that's not gonna be my. That'll be my OnlyFans channel. Just me riding the Pan America.
Rides the Pan America.
The Noodler and the Pan America. Yeah. Just happy as can be, riding it straight to Louisville, Kentucky to see Tony.
Jesus.
In the summer, of course.
Stroll up and just knock on the door and stand there with your arms on your hips.
No. Knock on every one of his neighbor's door first.
Yeah.
Hey,
Then go to
know
his
Tony
house.
Cox?
Hey, I'm looking for Tony.
If you say his full name, hey, do you know Tony Cox? They'll think it's a joke.
I'm gonna write it on the back of the suit like a fucking baseball name, Cox, right on the back, and put a cape around my penis.
Jesus. Oh, that's a lot.
I'm sorry, grandkids. I'm sorry you had to listen to this.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's
Noodler.
it, guys. That's all I had in me tonight.
Well, I think that's a fitting outro for Dave.
Yeah.
The Noodler.
He loved the Noodler.
Dave
He
wholeheartedly
did.
encouraged my nudity when he bought me my Christmas gift exchange. He bought
did.
full body thongs, basically the Borat suit.
Yeah,
It
the
was basically
Borat
the
suit.
Borat
Yeah.
bathing suit,
Yeah.
and I have that. So he was a fan of the Noodler. So
Well, you
Yeah.
can't be the noodler if you're on the BlueChews.
the hell I can't.
No, you're gonna have to be the stiffener.
I mean, I'll
You
still
can't
be the noodler. I'll
noodler.
just be
You
the
can
noodler with an
throwing that
erection.
noodle around.
Well, you know, Batman.
This move is called the helicopter.
That's how you fly away.
I need somebody that's really good with
You win
Adobe
this
After
time,
Effects.
Batman, but I'll be back.
You just
Could you-
do a
Oh
you
my
just do
God,
a hula hoop
dude.
motion.
Dude, that would be like, I need somebody good with After Effects to show me. So yes, Dustin, we're gonna make this happen. It's gonna be beautiful.
Oh shit!
Oh God, dude, that escalated
We're off the
quickly,
rails.
didn't it?
We're off the rails.
So many ideas.
That's so many
Oh
ideas.
man,
We just went from noodler to dick copter in
That's
like
it.
5 seconds.
Dick-copter.
The dick copter.
we had rails. We had rails. We lost
Yeah.
them.
The Noodler would be
Oh,
a great
fuck.
spokesman for BlueChew.
Yes.
Yeah, he would. I'm the noodler.
You got me this time, Batman.
Just pop one in and let the fun begin.
Until next time, that'll fuck ya. Oh my god.
shit.
Okay. All right.
right,
Well,
that was
let's
good.
get the hell out of here.
All
While we're
right.
still ahead.
It's gonna be
I
hard
may not
to
have a
top
job
that.
next week.
My wife has to get on the computer anyway. Damn it.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm just gonna end it like this, and it would just be fitting. One of the things Dave used to say, especially the last little while when things got bad, is he would just say, "I love you, bro." So I'm just gonna end it with that. I love you, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah. Love you, bro.
I
Good shit.
agree. It was yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm out of shit to say.
All right.
Sucks.
Until next time. We love you, Dave.
Yeah.
Tony's on his beast, leather wild and free. Prentice flashes grins, no fucks, just glee. Ryan spitting curses, roaring like a train. forevermore.